Well, welcome back to the Space Coast Daily Show. And on the new Space Coast Daily Show, we plan to bring you some really important local information about real estate. Whether you're thinking about listing your home or possibly buying a new property, you want to know what's hot and what's not. And we're on the line today with a really good longtime friend of ours and a longtime Cocoa Beacher. This is Bobby Freeman of McCoy Freeman Real Estate Group. Bobby, thank you so much for joining us today.
Hey, Giles. Good to be here.
Great to have you. Bobby, tell us a little bit about yourself and your group and how you help people.
Okay, well, real quick, Bobby Freeman, McCoy Freeman Compass. We're a family business here in Cocoa Beach. We're serving all of Florida's Space Coast. There's my wife, Nikki McCoy Freeman, and my mother-in-law, Jennifer McCoy. And we've been a family business for about a little over 24 years now, serving everybody on Florida's Space Coast.
Yep. And if people want to come and meet you there in Cocoa Beach, you got a beautiful office there. I love the sign behind you there, McCoy Freeman Real Estate. That's absolutely gorgeous. How can they find you?
You can give me a call, 321-693-1694, or visit mccoyfreeman.com.
Okay. Now then, just to put things in perspective a little bit, Bobby is very proud to say that in 24 years, he and his group have sold over $500 million worth of real estate. So they're experts here in the local real estate market. And today we're going to go over some things that Bobby can give you some tips and some things that are hot and things that are not hot. So Bobby, over to you. Tell us kind of where we have come from in real estate in Brevard County, where we are now, and of course, where you think it's going.
Gosh, that's a $1 million question. I get asked that a lot. Where is it going? Well, I can look at last couple of years, we had a market that just went through the roof. I mean, we had a low mortgage rates, we had low inventory, we had high buyer demand, which increased sales and volume, and the median sales price just went up and up. And then now, over the past couple of years, we've seen a decrease in median sales price, especially in the condo market. But more so with inventory, with the extra inventory is giving buyers more options to pick from. So higher inventory is putting a pressure on home prices.
Yeah, it's interesting. I graduated from Cocoa Beach High School many moons ago, and I remember the days of Cocoa Beach back what it was like in the early 80s. And today, I was driving through it yesterday. Man, what an incredible difference now. And one of these notes you sent over here is really interesting. You said that from 2021 to now, there's been a 21% drop in dollar volume for condos and townhomes. So they're not so hot, right?
They have decreased surprisingly a lot, especially in the Cocoa Beach market. With the home inspections, the financial stability of condos requirements now is putting pressure on assessments, building integrity, things like that actually made to improve the condo market conditions, has actually lowered the prices for now. But I think since we've had about 20-25% drop in condo prices here in Cocoa Beach, that's actually opened up a good opportunity if you're a buyer. I mean, 2 years ago, if you bought something for $1 million, there's a good chance today it's worth a lot less, maybe $850 or so, depending on the inside conditions, assessments, financial stability of the condo HOA, et cetera. But if you're buying today, you're definitely in a much better position than you were 2 years ago.
Yeah. And obviously with the big change in government recently, inflation has been a big factor, right? And so we're going to have a little bit more pain as Donald Trump tries to stop the flow of fentanyl into the United States. He's got these tariffs set up with China and Mexico and Canada. Interestingly, I understand that they give them a 30-day reprieve to Mexico and Canada on the tariffs to see if they can stop that fentanyl coming across the border. But obviously the premiers, those two countries, promising to try to help that problem. But China, we're still going to have some tariffs on China. And that keeps driving those prices up, doesn't it, those tariffs?
Yeah, it does. But as far as the beach market and this Florida Space Coast, I mean, we are a destination area. People come here. I mean, the Sunshine cruise ships, rocket launches. I mean, people want to come here and visit, invest, live part-time, full-time. The Space Coast is a great place to be in. And especially today, with the market adjusting, it's a good opportunity for buyers. Now, if you're a seller, you need to you might need to revisit your pricing, your strategy, look at your marketing, make sure that you're hitting everything. I mean, cinematic video tours, 3D walkthroughs, all this has to be spot on so you reach a maximum amount of potential buyers wherever they may be, anywhere across the United States and of course around the world, because everybody can buy a condo anywhere in Florida or United States, but we have to, as a real estate agent here, I have to also promote the Space Coast and all the opportunities you can see here. Again, rocket launches, cruise ships, the beautiful weather. Look at it, sunny out today. It's the middle of winter. Who could not want to be here at Florida Space Coast?
And I can really vouch for Bobby. I mean, he helped me buy an investment property several years ago, and he got me in just at the right time.
Yep.
And I was very glad for that, Bobby. I want to thank you for that. So he's really an expert that you can reach out to if you're looking for investment property. He's a man to talk to. And in fact, Bobby, as it brings up another subject that I wanted to talk to you about. We have a home on Merritt Island on the water, and we're getting up in years. Our kids have all moved out of the house. We've got a big house, and it's just us in the house. So we're considering either renting the property, leasing it out, or possibly selling it. And it's a big decision. It's our family home here in Florida, and so there's a lot to consider when doing that, isn't there?
There is, and with McCory Freeman Compass, we present data, real lifetime data, comparable sales. In your case, Charles, what's the rent could be, what's the pitfalls of renting compared to selling now. We present the actual data so we can all make an informed decision about moving forward in today's market. There's a lot of options, Charles, and it's something that we just mentioned. And of course, we'd be happy to go over all the details, present that to you so you can make an informed decision.
Yeah, I know oftentimes, a person might have a price in mind for their home, but oftentimes you find ways to get that price up, right, and save them a lot of money.
Well, pricing is key. And again, it goes kind of go back and looking at the data. If you have 5 houses, comparable houses, and they've all sold for $500,000. If yours is comparable, you're not in today's market. You're not going to ask 560, 580. You're just going to spend time on the market. Buyers are going to pass your house by completely. You may not even look at it. And they're probably not even going to bid on it if they did look at it because you're so overpriced. So pricing competitively is a key. But also how we take that data, translate it into the marketing. Getting the maximum amount of eyeballs onto that property is key. If you had 10 people looking at it, that's a lot different than thousands of people looking at it. And photos, crisp, videos, cinematic, narrative descriptions, everything in today's market has to be spot on. And the marketing, Giles, is not what it was 25 years ago when we first got into business. That was a for sale sign in the yard, put an ad in the local newspaper, and the real estate book, that was it. Now it's video, reels, on all the different platforms. There's so many different social media platforms out there that you have to, as a realtor, have to hit the right way and reach the right audience in order to give your home the maximum amount of exposure. And that's the only way you're going to get a higher price, is get out to the most qualified buyers as possible. The right way.
Indeed. And of course, the Space Coast, we are so lucky to be living here in Brevard County. Like you said, we've got all the things that attract people. So our real estate market is solid. And obviously protecting your asset and keeping up with the maintenance is obviously very important as we get closer to the hurricane season, right? Which will be bearing down upon us soon in the summer, Bobby.
Yeah. And one other important thing, Giles, I want to touch on is curb appeal inside out, making little fine tunes to your home. And that's where I come in as an expert, is maybe we're going to change the paint color, pull the weeds, do some other things, fine tuning your home so it stands out. And then backing up with professional high-end marketing will make your home stand out. So there's lots of things to do along the way to get you the highest price possible. I'm happy to guide you or anybody else along the way with that process.
Now then, I'm going to put you on the spot now. Donald Trump's in the White House, being very aggressive, right? He's only been in office a few weeks, and he's making incredible moves. Where do you think if you had to sort of, if I had to pin you down to where the Brevard real estate market will be at the end of 2025 in a percentage basis, what would you come up with? What would the computer say in Bobby's head?
Oh, Giles, that's a good multi-billion-dollar question to ask me on the spot. Well, looking at the factors, if we can absorb some of the supply out there, more buyers stepped up to the plate, took some of the available inventory off our hands, That would help. Mortgage rates coming down will definitely help because that helps affordability. And right now, higher prices, higher mortgage rates, buyers can't afford a lot of that. And cash buyers, I think there's a lot of them on the sidelines waiting for maybe a little more of a decrease before they jump back in. Like I said, prices are down, especially in the condo market. So it's opening a lot of opportunity for buyers. So this time next year, if mortgage rates do come down, helping out affordability, we should be in a better market and prices should stabilize. And really, we're in a balanced market. But fortunately, on the condo side, we're on a buyer's market. So we're in more of a balanced market, and I think things will pick up, especially here on Florida Space Coast by this time next year.
Bobby, if people want to reach out to you and get a hold of you and get your help, how can they do that?
Call me directly. My cell phone number is 321-693-1694, or visit McCoyFreeman.com.
So, Bobby, a friend of mine was asking me, they're considering moving here. How many homes are available for sale at the moment in Brevard County?
Oh, gosh. Well, compared to this time in 2021, in 2021, there's 910 available homes for sale by the end of the year. Today, that number has gone up to 3,364 available single-family homes in Brevard County. So 910 to over 3,300 available. So as you can see, more choices, more inventory gives buyers more choices and puts the pressure on the sellers to either adjust their price or basically adjust their price or wait it out. I mean, price or being patient is what sellers have to do in today's market.
So how many years span was that? 910 to 3,300? How many years are we talking?
That was 4 years.
4 years. Okay. Wow. That's an incredible difference. Almost 350% increase.
Yeah.
So the number of units, I mean, I drive around Brevard County now, and the number of places that are coming out of the ground, apartments especially in Vieira and all around the county, it's really staggering, isn't it? So where do you think that number is going to be in a year from now? If it's 3,300, where do you see that going?
Well, as we look at month supply, inventory, dollar volume, all these economic indicators will help where we're going. Kind of like the stock market, as prices are going down, you're not going to buy as it's still going. You're going to wait for an indicator for it to maybe start moving back up, kind of in the housing market. So as we see less days on market, less inventory, and the dollar volume should start popping up, then that'll be an even out point in the market where it'll change directions, if you will.
Yeah, of course. Units on the water, you can't beat those, right? They're going nothing but up. Units, houses on the water, condos on the water, they're much less susceptible to decreases, aren't they?
Pretty much so. I mean, they're in demand. Location. You've heard that in real estate forever and a day. Location. Waterfront, especially here in Brevard County. Pool, ocean view, Banana River, any river view. All those are prime properties to have. If you own one right now, you might want to consider sitting on it or selling it in the near future or whatever. Yep. It's a prime property to have.
Bobby, thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate the heads up on the real estate. That's the McCoy Freeman Real Estate Group. Contact Bobby if you want to buy, sell, or exchange. He's the man. Bobby, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks, y'all. See you next time.
For Bobby Freeman, I'm Giles Malone for Space Coast Daily. Stay tuned.